against Adrian Lewis or Gary Anderson in the second semi on Sunday here at the HBF Stadium.
Well, Phil is in control here, 4-2 up. He's in the same position that James Wade was in against Peter Wright earlier. James reeled off 4 consecutive legs. Phil will be wanting to get off that stage as soon as possible. I don't think he likes this partisan atmosphere, because he's, like you say, Stuart, he's not used to it. But I think Kyle should have really riled them up in the break, you know, get them quite vocal, get them loud, because he really does play his best darts when he's got that support with him.
98.
Kyle Anderson will be also hoping that he will have done enough to get through to the World Series finals in Scotland.
98.
November the 21st and 22nd in Glasgow. That will be a terrific couple of days for sure.
It certainly will. And unfortunately, Kyle is not actually going to be playing in the Sydney Masters this year, and he's not going to be playing in Auckland, which is a bit of a disappointment. He's chosen to go and see family in Queensland, and I fully respect that. Kyle's a huge family man. It means a lot to him, you know, about his culture and his family. It means everything to him. Darts does come second or third to that, but I'm sure he'll do enough to get there, and it'll be great to see him in Glasgow. He'll be well supported by all the guys up there in Glasgow for sure.
Well, yet again, the setup shot from Phil Taylor, for me, is the difference between the two players. It's what's done the damage. He's given himself another chance here, Taylor, for what would be a double break of throw. But again, the 140 setup shot has opened the door for Taylor.
Taylor has 70 now. What's he going to do, 12 or 20? 12 it is for tops, for 5-2. 5-2 it is, and that's a real kick in the stones to Kyle Anderson.
And it's the second time that Taylor has done exactly that, hitting the 140 and then the 70 out. And Kyle Anderson now, it's a long way back. The match may well have been lost in the early stages, but Taylor's finishing, which has been of a real concern for him over the last 12 months or so, has been spot on when it has really mattered in this match. But the difference, I maintain, has been Taylor's setup shot, which have put pressure on Anderson, and then Taylor has followed it up by winning the leg.
I couldn't agree with you more there, Stuart. And I think if you look at his doubles percentage, for instance, which is currently at 45%, that's not setting the world on fire, but it's the timing of certain shots which have actually got him in this position, and that is true Phil Taylor-like.
57.
Kyle's going to have to kick really quickly. He's going to have to do something that Michael van Gerwen does a lot, which is have that 3 or 4 leg spell to really get him back in this game. And Kyle does have that little kick. He's actually played on the Pro Tour against the likes of van Gerwen and people like Raymond van Barneveld, and had kicking styles like that. So he does have it in his game. He's just got to get that one thing to kick him on, a big finish, a couple of 180s like he did in the first half. So we've got to see what he's made of now.
100.
May not be enough. 100. Phil Taylor down at number 3 in the world. Gary Anderson has taken his spot at number 2. Of course, Michael van Gerwen overhauled him as world number 1 a little while ago.
I wonder, Stuart, when was the last time Phil Taylor was number 3 in the world? I know a couple of guys who might know that. Our spotter, Richard Ashdown, possibly Andy Scott, who's the statistician for the PDC. If you guys know at home, don't be afraid to tweet us at official PDC or at Perth Darts.
Yeah, let us
We'd
know.
love to know.
Taylor with another one, this time a 106. His finishing has been really good. 2 top-plus finishes and 3 out of 4 on tops for Philip Taylor. In charge of this quarter-final. And you know, we talked about the crowd factor. The crowd has fallen silent because of the way Phil Taylor's playing.
Well, the great Sid Waddell once said, you could hear a blob of vinegar drop on a chip. You could hear a blob of cheese drop on a Parmigiano in Australia right now, because the crowd are silent. And that's what Phil Taylor has done. He has governed this game. He's basically done exactly what James Wade did to Peter Wright earlier. Kyle needs more of that.
51, 180s so far here in Perth, 2015. Will it be 52?
140.
Not quite, but Phil's going to be happy about being 6-2 up. That is the only stat he's looking at right now. He can't wait to get to 8. The only person who can stop him is Kyle Anderson.
190.
It's not often you see a nun with white wraparound sunglasses and a handlebar moustache.
100. Carl will require 102.
To stay in it. Double 16. Beautifully done. In a rhythm, when he gets in a rhythm, that's what he can do.
That was a very natural shot, wasn't it, Stuart? Unlike the 81 from earlier, he had to readjust for the double 13. I think on this occasion, he knew he was going to hit a 10, and he knew he was going to go for the double 16 on this occasion. And like you said, the rhythm of that shot was much, much better. And that is the first step to the comeback.
Well, Kyle Anderson, as we mentioned, rocketed into the top 50 in the world, number 43 at the moment. Where do you think potentially he could be in 12 months' time?
Well, if you look at players who have really, really good spells, like Stephen Bunting, I remember Mervyn King when he first joined the PDC, and he managed to get in the top 10 in the first couple of years, which is a phenomenal achievement. I think for Kyle, a realistic ambition by the end of this year is possibly top 24.
Well, he'll qualify for the World Championship by merit, and that was his only aim at the start of the year. So everything else that he has achieved and is achieving is a bonus, but certainly top 32 in the next couple of months is the aim for Kyle Anderson. But yeah, I agree. I think if he sticks at it, he can achieve whatever he wants to. But it's
57.
going to be really difficult for him with the family being back in Perth, and they're not going to move back to the UK whatever happens. So it's striking that balance, isn't it?
It is striking that balance, and I'm sure it's really difficult for Kyle having his family so far away, and the only thing that really will make it worthwhile is if he's successful. So he'll want to do everything in his power to basically make it worth not seeing his child grow up and spending time with his partner.
Well, he won't go for the double 19. He splits it, 6 to leave, double 16. And Taylor here looking to go within one leg of victory. There we have it again. His finishing percentage, 47%, up to 50% now. Success rate, 7 out of 14. And that's much more like it from Taylor.
It's looking very ominous for Kyle, isn't it? He's now got to go 5 perfect legs to beat Phil Taylor. How many people can say that they've won 5 consecutive legs from the greatest dart player ever? Michael van Gerwen did it once at Minehead. But that's the riposte from Mr. Power. 177. So he'll be looking for a 9-darter to finish this match.
Well, Michael van Gerwen, 7 perfect darts in his first round victory over David Platt. He was thinking about it, wasn't he, Taylor?
Certainly was. The best time to hit a 9-darter is definitely the last leg of a match. There has been a 9-darter in the Southern Hemisphere. Only one of them by Mervyn King in the South African Masters against James Wade a few years back. I don't think there's another televised recorded one. Taylor's got to go downstairs now. Another one of those will be good. And he gets it, leaves 132, so he's in command of this leg. If Kyle can't put some pressure on this shot, needs some lipstick. There it is. Another one will be brilliant.
100. Phil will require 132.
Bull route. So a chance here for Kyle
124.
to keep this game alive. 86 it is for Kyle Anderson. Can he, well, loose one. Double 15 maybe for tops, that will be the target.
Not to be on this occasion.
76.
Taylor's coming back. He can't wait to get to the hockey. Really quick. Double 4 it is for the match. Double 4 it is.
One dart, that's all Phil Taylor needed, and The hometown hero, Kyle Anderson, is out. The defending champion here in Perth, relentless. Taylor through to another semi-final. Great performance as well. 100 average from Taylor, and he wins 8-3 to go through to the last four. Coming up, could be the match of the night. Adrian Lewis against the world champion, Gary Anderson, next on the stage in Perth.